This video is not aimed for everyone, and some people may find the topics that I will discuss and share to be sensitive, disturbing, or disgusting. I am simply sharing my experiences of this disorder in order to give hope and shine a light to those who are suffering from HOCD. You are not alone. Back in 2020, the pandemic has full-blown affected the entire world caused by the coronavirus. It was something the world has yet to experience in modern time, where society crumbles and affecting everyone spontaneously, which resulted in people quarantining themselves and spending some time inside their homes, and to me, that's what I did. The pandemic forced me to be alone and truly try to study myself. And for a couple of months, I was beginning to question myself. Question myself as in my sexual orientation. At some point, the thought came up about whether or not do I like men. But at this point, I was not paying full attention to the thought and mainly focused on my main interests. And then the year 2021 came upon us. And this was the year that people are slowly allowed to go outside. And for the first 3 months of the year, I tried to socialize and connect with people as much as I can, but it came with a price. The more people, specifically men, I talked to, the more the thought of maybe I'm not straight came up. Not because I find them attractive in a romantic way or they are sexually appealing to me, but the questioning inside my head kept ringing. And then suddenly, the more men I see, the more the thought would come up. I can't seem to remove it in my head, and little did I know, I became super paranoid about my sexual orientation. Slowly but surely, the simple question kept penetrating in my head that it did not only affect me mentally, but I was suddenly feeling weird sensations on my body as well. Because I was super paranoid of my sexuality, I tried testing myself by looking at attractive naked male bodies and see if I feel a certain type of way. And for some reason, I actually did. I was extremely scared, not because I hate gay or bisexual people, but because the reality of my identity may not be real. My lifestyle and the way I handled myself may change, and it shook me. And the people who do not have HOCD may find it to be homophobic, but it is not. HOCD is not homophobia because it is a form of obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, involving intrusive, unwanted thoughts that cause anxiety and doubt about one's sexual orientation. The fear in HOCD is not rooted in hatred or prejudice towards gay people, but in distress over uncertainty and loss of identity. Homophobia, by contrast, is a negative attitude or bias against LGBTQ plus individuals, not an anxiety-driven mental health condition. I will leave more links in the description regarding HOCD and why it is not homophobia. But yeah, I'm just trying to clear myself because I'm not homophobic. At this point, I was extremely depressed. And this is to the point where I was the most desperate. I was actively trying to find ways to reassure myself that I am straight. I would go on dozens of gay test websites every day, hoping that the results would come out of me being a straight person. I would also try to remove any men I follow or see on social media because I thought that maybe that was what caused me into thinking I'm gay or bisexual. Because I was extremely desperate for reassurance, I began sexualizing women. I am not proud to admit this, but back in 2021, that was when I was the most lost I've ever been. I don't want to seem to be gay on social media, so I began posting basically naked women every day and openly share all of my sexual fantasies and preferences to portray myself as someone who is extremely straight and loves women. I was also masturbating to lesbian porn every single day, trying to prove and reassure myself that I prefer women and women only. I even remove all of my favorite male bands and male singers because whenever I hear them sing, I would imagine a lot of disgusting things because they are men. No matter what I think, the anxiety and unwanted thoughts would not go away. In fact, the feelings grow stronger the more days goes by. My desperation and reassurance has come to an all-time low to the point where I tried masturbating to gay porn. When it comes to gay porn, I don't particularly feel that much of a weird sensation, but when I try to imagine gay sex, as much as I don't want it, I felt good. And because I was afraid, I was hesitant, but because of my fear, I actually orgasmed to my own imagination of gay sex. Not once, not twice, but 4 times. I committed these actions hoping that my anxiety and intrusive thoughts would finally go away, but it did not. In fact, it made it even worse. I didn't know that this was HOCD at the time, but HOCD truly affected me to a level I never experienced before and after. It was at this point where the depression and anxiety have truly brought me down to my deepest and lowest thoughts, and I considered the thought to commit suicide. This was truly the first time I ever felt the need to genuinely end my life. And I don't mind being hit by a truck or die in an accident. I was extremely depressed because of HOCD. And for a while, I never thought I could ever overcome this disorder. For the first couple of months, I was alone. I couldn't share this to anyone because it is embarrassing and I have no one else to talk to except myself. It was a drought full of loneliness and hopelessness because I thought I was the only one who is experiencing this. My depression took control of my life to the point where I doubted God and questioned whether he loves me or not. It was not my proudest time of my life, to say the least. But yeah, despite my depression, I never actually committed to end my life. Despite the hopelessness, there was still a little bit of hope for me. You know, for the rest of 2021, I was extremely depressed. 2022 came and I was still not feeling any better, but I couldn't help myself. So I opened up to my family and a few friends of mine, and it felt nice for a bit, but it never truly helped me. My desperation evolved into even more desperation because I became even worse. I don't want to share more information about this, but let's just say I became a massive asshole and a piece of shit. A couple of months would go by, I would then discover some Reddit posts and YouTube videos about HOCD. And the more I searched about it, the more I felt a huge sense of relief. The thought that I am not the only one experiencing this has truly comforted me in a way I've never experienced before. Connecting with people and sharing our personal experiences, I never felt more relatable to other people before in my entire life. And this is where my self-improvement began. But it was not quick and easy. I watched dozens of videos about how to overcome HOCD, studied the methods and steps, and followed each and every one of them. It was not comfortable and it was traumatizing, to say the least. But on and off, there would be times where I thought I overcame it and HOCD didn't pop up in my mind at all. But there are also times where randomly it would struck me like lightning 4 months later and make me depressed again. It was pretty much like that for the next 2 years until I actually overcame it. And this is for those who are currently suffering to HOCD. Don't look for reassurance at all. Just think to yourself that maybe you are gay, maybe you are not. It doesn't matter. Don't try to fight the thoughts. Try embracing it and don't be afraid of it. One of the things that helped me overcome HOCD significantly was watching this gay film titled King Cobra. Don't be afraid. Keep reminding yourself that you like it or you want to do a lot of sexual stuff to these men, all sorts of stuff. Don't feed into the feeling of reassurance because that's what's holding you back from overcoming HOCD. Obviously, I'm not a professional when it comes to these types of stuff, so I apologize if I can't truly and fully help you. But just know that you are not alone and you got this. I would like to thank these channels for helping me significantly in overcoming my HOCD. OCD and anxiety, OCD mindful, whole lot of nerd, and no CD. No CD also has an app that helps connect and share their experiences to other people that have different types of OCDs, not just HOCD. I highly recommend it to those who are in need of help for advices in terms of OCD related topics because a lot of people on that app will genuinely try to help you. This is my most personal and deepest video I've ever made, and I apologize for the drastic change of tone on the channel. But I just have to share and make this video in order to help and bring positivity and hope to those who are currently suffering from HOCD. I know the feeling of it and I truly understand the struggles. You guys are not alone and good luck on overcoming HOCD.